What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the HSR. If you're new, welcome to the channel, guys. Big video today. We've done this in the past and it was a huge success. A lot of you guys know I kind of got my start into ranching, raising bottle calves, and I continue to do it to maximize my profits on my land. So we're going to go through our 2025 bottle calves. Let me preface it with this, guys. So I ended up having 10 bottle calves I actually raised, but I ended up buying probably 18 to 20. I had a couple die on me, but I resold a bunch of them as well, so I can maximize my profit to get this number a little bit lower. So after buying and selling some, after a few death loss, guys, bottle calves are probably the hardest things to raise, hands down, in the cattle industry, just because if you overfeed, you overdo this, or this, they're dead. So these are all numbers off of 10 head. I did buy more calves later on as we got some more grass, some smaller calves, but I didn't factor them into this total at all. So basically, guys, the first thing we did, we bought the calves. They averaged $4.60. If you guys hear my chickens in the background, I'm sorry, they're annoying me. Anyways. Second is I do 1 bag of milk replacer per calf. I wean at about 50 to 55 days. Some people think that's too early, but as soon as I finish that milk replacer, I start, when they're getting close to finishing it, that's when I start slowly decreasing that milk replacer and start throwing in some grain, which we have that in the bottom. We have alfalfa. Guys, we start raising these bottle calves January, February, March, in that time frame, and so it's still cold in that. They start chewing that alfalfa, get that rumen going, start getting their stomachs rolling to be able to be weaned. Fourth is we do 2 to 3 rounds of vaccine. So one thing with bottle calves, guys, is I do not mess around with on vaccine. I make sure I get vaccine in them 2, maybe 3 times. These calves, some of them had 3 rounds, some of them only had 2 because I got them later. And then fifth was the grain, which this was our highest expense. It was $1,030, which equaled $103 a head, because we do a high protein pellet when they're little to get them transferred over from milk replacer just to hay, alfalfa, and grain. But anyways, milk replacer, $68 a bag. I buy it in bulk at Baumgar's on their 17% off day. It's usually in it's actually getting ready to come up. I always try to buy it early. Alfalfa, $31 a head. It came out to be about 3 bales of alfalfa per calf. You know, you just give them half a flake, so it lasts me a long time. Vaccine, $91 a head, and yeah, and there's your grain. So guys, all in on the bottle calves, we were in $753. That's not factoring grass. That's not factoring water. We have well water, so it's free with electricity, so you could factor that in as well if you wanted to. And then grass, since we own our ranch, I had them on a total of 6 acres, and I could factor that in. I didn't because I own the land, and this is just kind of going towards my land. So you could have put $25 an acre and made a $150 line right there for grass, but ultimately I didn't. Alright, guys, so everybody always wants to know, what'd you sell them for? What'd you sell them for? It's kind of a common thing in the cattle industry, is no one likes to share numbers. And so when I first wanted to get into ranching as a first generation, I was always like, look up on YouTube, how do I make money ranching? How do I make maximum dollars on bottle calves? And ultimately, there was a few guys that would do it. Hurricane Creek Farm did it. I saw one of his videos, and then Farm and Hammer. I think he follows me, so I got some motivation from him as well in the bottle calf deal. And guys, I like to be upfront and honest. I don't care. You guys can ask me whatever questions and I'll answer them. Mainly because looking back, I wish someone would have done that for me. If I had a question, I wish they'd answer it and not be so uptight about it. So ultimately, I'm not out here. We're not trying to brag. We're not trying to show off. These are just numbers, guys. This is reality of the situation. And I'm trying to make my land payment off of my land. Another thing is I don't factor in me going out and doing it. You know, when these calves are the first 50 days, it's every day, twice a day, 30 minutes a day. But when you turn them out on grass, you feed them grain twice a day, morning and night. Takes about 3 minutes total, and you're done. So I didn't factor any of that in. Mainly I factor in the total to what I do. So this year I actually took a different approach, guys. I didn't take these to the sale barn. Bottle calves are naturally always going to be a little bit less because they're not they're not green, guys. They come off grass, but they're pumped up. They're kind of pot-bellied a little bit, and a good cattle buyer at the sale barn knows that. So you're going to naturally take a hit there at the sale barn, and you're also going to take a hit with just the commissions at the sale barn. So I tried something different. I advertised these, the smaller calves. There was 5 of them. They brought $15.50 a head, and you guys wouldn't believe this. Pause the video right now and tell me, what do you think those calves weighed at $15.50? Pause it. All right, they weighed 213 pounds. Guys, I sold 5 head at $15.50, and my big steers, I held them on a little bit longer, and they brought me $17.50, and they weighed 308. I know my handwriting is not very good. So guys, let's add that up real quick. We had 5 head at $17.50 at 5 head, plus $15.50 at 5 head. That's $16,500. If you subtract that by $753 times 10, that's $16,500. You take your $753 times 10 and divide that by that full number, and that gives you $89.70, which means I made $897 a head. Guys, off bottle calves, they were on 6 acres. That is crazy profits. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but when you make $9,000 off of 6 acres, guys, that is huge. In my area, you're gonna have a total of probably 10 acres per cow-calf pair. So off 10 acres, if the calf sells for $2,000 and you make $1,000 profit, you're making $1,000 off of 10 acres. But with bottle calves, I made $9,000 off 6 acres. So you guys can see, I mean, it's not possible, guys, to do this on 200 acres and raise 250 bottle calves. You probably could, but I would need help. It's a lot of bottles. But guys, bottle calves really help me stay busy in the winter. But guys, it helps make my land payment. I mean, you add $9,000 onto your land payment, and that takes a huge chunk away. And it's also nice because, as a lot of people know, in the cow-calf industry, if you have a spring and a fall herd, you're getting 2 checks a year. These give you another check. So I'm getting 3 big checks a year to help kind of showcase my money to where I can use it in different places throughout the year. So it really helps. So all in all, guys, $897 profit off my 2025 bottle calves. I didn't take them to the sale barn. I sold them probably a month ago. They only weighed 213 pounds and 308. Guys, the market is crazy right now, but you have to take advantage. If you're a hobby farmer, quote unquote, and sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but if you have a small farm and you're trying to get into it full time, guys, this is a great way to take advantage. If you have a little bit of time in the morning and nights before your full-time job, after your full-time job. So, guys, this can really, really help boost your profits on the ranch by just having to do a little extra work. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.